What is Hugh's agricultural fund's performance during the recent 6 months, and could he comment on the prospects therein?
Flat yield curves, yes. I mean, what is going on, Jeff? What you have to remember is in 1931, 10-year Treasury bond yields backed up in a manner that's kind of similar to what's going on today. They went from 3.7 to 4.3. So again, here I come on the show and I say my favourite trade is like 10 or 30-year US government bonds, or German bonds for that matter. And yet we have the precedent of the world's greatest deflationary bust, and bond yields went up. What it reveals is that it's terrifying. If this rise in bond yields, and we hit 3% on the 10-year last week, in a leveraged environment, the private sector is countering the Fed and it's tightening monetary policy. And that's exactly what happened in 1931, and that's why in 1932 the economy just collapsed. Now that's a kind of black swan event, yeah? I'm not saying the economy, I'm certainly not saying that the US economy will contract by 46% in nominal terms. And my confidence in that statement is because the Fed had been far more proactive than they were previously. Be careful of the private sector raising yields. As they raise yields, I think there's an inevitability that the economy slows down again, and so that you get the flatness in the curve. With regard to agriculture, we have an agricultural equity fund. All commodities have been rip-roaring of late, and our fund is no different from that. We will be tactical, and at some point we would be a little bit more defensive as we would start to anticipate a turn again, and with these deflationary forces coming back to the fore. That's not just yet. Even bonds, I mean, it's my favourite trade, but my holding just now is that. I've got a suntan, I've been in St. Bart's, I've been in LA, I've been, in the summer, you don't buy bonds. Bonds are for the second half of the year when all of this stuff comes back.
That's for the second half. In 7 minutes, we've got the start to European trade. Let's see what we're anticipating. Patricia joins us out of Frankfurt. Hi, Patricia.
Hi there, Louisa. We do expect a lower opening to the trading session. Of course, the whole swine flu is an issue. We had numbers out from Deutsche Bank ahead of